confirm that Canadian Armed Forces assets and personnel have arrived on the ground to coordinate at the tactical level with the U.S. and with our allied partners. This will help get Canadians, Afghan nationals, and their families to safety. 2 Canadian Armed Forces C-17s will be making regular flights into Kabul to support evacuation efforts. Yesterday, alongside Ministers Mosef, Sajjan, and Mendocino, I met virtually with members of the Afghan Canadian community. Images we've seen out of Kabul over the last few days have been heartbreaking. I told the community we would do whatever it takes to support the people of Afghanistan. We will continue our efforts at evacuations, and I know that Canadians from coast to coast to coast will step up to support Afghans, to support resettlement, welcoming people who will build better lives, not just for themselves, but for all of us here in Canada. The difficulty right now is the safety of personnel and the security of planes flying in and out, and that's why over the past few days there have been far fewer flights than people had hoped. But now that the airport is back under American and international control, we are able to fly in regularly with Canadian military aircraft to ensure airlift of people out there. The limit, however, is not on Canadian capacity, on Canadian space and airlift. The limit on getting people out is the fact that the Taliban continue to block access for Afghans wishing to flee the country. We are going to be there with aircraft, with spaces on aircraft to bring people to safety, but unless the Taliban shift their posture significantly, which is something the international community and Canada are working on, it is going to be very, very difficult to get many people out. We will get some, certainly. But to get many people out, as many as we'd want, is going to be almost impossible in the coming weeks. But that's why we will continue to work with partners in the region, work in ways to try and get as many people out as quickly as possible from this terrible situation.
According to eyewitness reports who are on the ground in Kabul this morning, the Taliban is not stopping the exodus of people leaving. They're not getting in the way today, but people do not have Canadian visas, and that's what's holding this up. Why isn't the government getting people that are on their list onto planes, finishing the biometrics and paperwork later? And also the British and French allies, they have specific military teams who are on the ground in Kabul, getting people from safe houses to the airport and onto planes. Is Canada doing that, and if not, why not?
Yes, Canada has personnel on the ground now, and we'll have more personnel arriving later today to help with the processing, to help ensure that anyone who can make it to the airport and is on the many lists that Canada has is given all the help that they can. It is an extremely difficult situation, but I can assure you that I and our ministers and our government is working extremely hard to ease all the barriers.